Thank you, Glenn, and good morning, everybody. By the end of this session, you will all understand what we mean by contextual multiscreen and how that extends the reach of your services beyond the set-top box and tailored to the needs of a whole new generation of viewers out there. But before we get there, let me tell you a little bit how it began. Back in 2012, when we were still working as a development agency, we were tasked by KPN, a Dutch telecom provider, to come up with a new concept to interact with their service, including multiple devices. So our prototype was to encompass devices that their audience would typically be using on the side in conjunction with the set-top box. So we thought, wouldn't it be cool if you could just take out any device, connect and control that service with nothing but a browser? One of our technical founders is a game developer by trade, and he came up with the idea to start with a little game. And it was the bird game, with that little bird that you see up there. In the bird game, you could flick that little bird across all connected screens and claim it back with a simple tap of any of the connected browsers. Why is that so relevant? The so-called millennial generation and their changing viewing habits out there already drive exponential growth in OTT video consumption. And they not only want their content to be on any device, anywhere, anytime, they want to be able to use multiple devices simultaneously. So why not provide them with an experience that captures their attention across all connected devices? So many of you already have TV everywhere experiences in the market, and that's a great and important first step. But let's take that to the next level and see what contextual multiscreen can do. For that, I'm going to show you and demonstrate a little multiscreen experience. Imagine I'm your teenage kid. Right, yeah. And I want to access my favorite MTV content through my laptop and to get it onto the big screen. And what we're seeing here is our HTML5 interface to this service. And it has a couple of shows in the library. It even has some live TV channels connected that are blocked here because we're out of region. And this interface could basically run on any device of your choice. So it could be the smart TV, but it could also be the set-top box for that matter. Let's see what happens if I launch that same application from a native version of my home screen. So what we see happening now is a couple of things. First of all, this big screen changed into the role of a display. The context has changed. The smartphone is in my hand. It is touch sensitive. So I am likely to control this experience from here and not from there anymore. So every single move that I make on any of the connected devices is instantly reflected on all the other connected screens. So this is a quite big screen. So it's likely to also be used as a display for the actual shows. So as I'm moving around here, there's a couple of features I'd like to highlight. There's often long lists in these libraries. So there's one thing that we call the snake. And you see as I move down the list over here, the snake highlights on the big screen the visible part of my search list, allowing me to make smarter viewing decisions with that additional screen space. So I want to see a show that I don't remember the name of, but I know it was something with read or ride or something. And as I search, you see how it narrows down the hits in that library and gives me the opportunity to make smarter viewing decisions. So I think it was the Ridiculousness show right here. So as I navigate through content, again, I'm being supported already before I start my actual viewing experience with that additional screen space. So there's multiple seasons in here, and I don't even recall which one it was that I last left off. But I think it was the one with Justin Bieber right here, I think. So I get additional content on the additional screen space. I can, if I want, consume the content on the mobile device if I'm on the go. But with that larger real estate and range, I do want to use it. So I flip it up to the big screen, where then it instantly starts playing where I last left it off. While my phone turns into more of a remote controller or a navigational device, or just to share my latest thoughts with my friends in my networks. So my little brother comes home. He claims the phone for a session of Clash of Clans. no worries. I'm losing the phone, context is changing again, going back to the big screen, and with the first interaction that I make with that, it turns back into my normal UI. So if we go back to the presentation, oh, sorry, I don't do that here. What are the building blocks of an experience like that? First of all, you need to be able to connect all these devices instantly without the user having to do anything. Once they're connected, you want to provide the best experience for that given context. In this context, 2 screens. So the number of screens, the type of screens, the network you're on, but also the content you're dealing with are relevant factors to make these smart UI level decisions. And finally, you need to look at your audience and see what are the relevant features for this audience. In this case up here, it might be social communication with your network, but it could also be geographical context on a sports event or on a documentary or a breaking news item. So your films, your shows, your news, whatever it is you broadcast is always tailored, the experience of the device and the interface is always tailored to that given context, and your viewers always have their subscription in the pocket. So with that, a couple of opportunities arise with that approach. First of all, you have a lot of extra screen real estate that you can leverage. You can use it for advertising or for recommendations or to play out certain extra content, whatever best supports the needs of the business model of that service. Second, you capture that attention of the audience no matter what device they're on. So you never lose those valuable eyeballs as they switch from one device to another. And finally, a couple of opportunities arise for totally new use cases. So think in home, but also think on the go, in car, in flight, at hotel. Whatever it is, there's always the best experience for that given context. And remember, the subscription is always with the viewer. Clickers here. Let's have a quick look at the technical infrastructure of a typical Vigour video service. In the center of the service, there's always the Vigour cloud. On one end, it taps into your backend infrastructure, where it checks for subscriptions and clears out rights, plays out advertising if required. And on the device level, it pairs all the devices and all the screens, it monitors the context, and distributes the UI accordingly. So from one single platform, you serve all devices out there. Smartphones, tablets, TVs, consoles, Chromecasts, you name it. So that is our vision of next generation television. And as we speak, what began with the little bird game is in the hands of over 1 million users. And we're very proud that this week at Mobile World Conference in Barcelona, we're announcing together with our partner Viacom the launch of a totally new OTT service for all of the MTV content in Europe. And we're very excited and very proud as we speak. This will be available in the stores starting March 1st, all across Europe. All these platforms and some more are supported, and a normal web UI is included as well. So as an immediate next step, we want to apply this approach to the biggest audience on the planet, and that's your audience. So please, come and see me at the demo area, play around with some multi-screen yourself, and let's talk about how you can benefit from contextual multi-screen entertainment. Thank you so much, and see you later.